Bring in David Hundeyin, who is an academic visitor at the Center of African Studies at the University of Cambridge. He joins us now live from London. David, good to have you on the show. I was talking to Timothy, and I want to ask you, I mean, what do you think is really behind this, this call from the opposition to either cancel the election or ask for a revote? I mean, is it because of the poor results thus far, or do they really have credible claims of these irregularities? Timothy was mentioning some videos surfacing.
So there absolutely are credible claims about the irregularities. I have seen some of these myself for a fact. In the lead up to this election, what the Independent National Electoral Commission informed everyone was that a system for preventing vote rigging called BVAS, that's the bimodal voter accreditation system, would be deployed in this election. And how the BVAS worked was that after the voting, the actual balloting is completed and the result is recorded on the result sheet, the EC8B form, the BVAS device then takes a snapshot of that result sheet and transmits it directly to the INEC server, at which point it becomes publicly visible to everyone who logs into the INEC results website, which was supposed to make the election very transparent and a lot more credible. Instead, what happened was that instead of the BVAS devices transmitting the results electronically to the INEC server on election day, almost unanimously, there was some unspecified technical hitch on the day of the election. So the results for the Senate elections and the House of Representatives elections were transmitted electronically, but somehow the results for the presidential elections couldn't be transmitted electronically almost unanimously across the country. So instead of transmitting the results electronically directly to the server, we should have removed the middleman risk.
David,
Instead, you then had,
I don't have a lot of time, but I do want to
officials.
ask you another question. If, sorry for the interruption, but I don't have a lot of time left. Peter Obi in the Labour Party, it's a bit interesting for me because on the one hand, he was able to win Lagos, but also coming into this election, he was seen as a real challenger to the dominance of the APC and the PDP for the first time since military rule ended. But he's still under 20%.
Well, that's what the official figures say. Because again, based on the numbers from these results sheets, which we obviously have public access to, the real situation of the results is completely different, which is why you're starting to see pockets of unrest across parts of Nigeria. Not because this is the first time that there's going to be an election to be rigged in Nigeria, but because this is the first time that we're seeing rigging on this scale. Typically, when an election is rigged, it's that the losing margin is maybe 40 to 60, and then the person with the 40 massages their numbers a bit. But when you're talking about 70 to 30 or 80 to 20, there is really nothing to rig. So it's more like rewriting results, and that's what is leading to all this angst that you referenced in the report before. So officially, he's on less than 20% or just above 20% of the votes. But I'm sure you will find that when the actual results are collated, because there's going to be a post results challenge, legal challenge that is already being prepared, you're going to see a completely different picture. I'm very sure of that.
Okay. David Hundeyin, thank you very much for joining us here on the NewsHour. I do appreciate it.